The European Union has fired back at the United States with retaliatory tariffs after Donald Trump's new trade restrictions went into effect. On Wednesday, Brussels announced countermeasures worth 26 billion euros or approximately $28 billion dollars, following Trump's decision to impose a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports. The EU's response is broad, affecting industrial and agricultural products from the US. The targeted imports include steel, aluminium, textiles, home appliances, and various agricultural goods. These new duties will take effect on April 1st, signaling a sharp escalation in transatlantic trade tensions. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen defended the move, stating, and I quote, as the US applies tariffs worth $28 billion, dollars, we are responding with countermeasures worth 26 billion euros. End quote. She emphasized that while the EU remains open to negotiation, unnecessary tariffs only weaken economies, especially in a time of global uncertainty. The Commission clarified that key US exports such as poultry, beef, seafood, nuts, eggs, sugar, and vegetables will also face higher tariffs. This comes as relations between Washington and Brussels continue to strain, with the Biden administration previously warning Europe that it would need to take greater responsibility for its security. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump, who spearheaded the tariffs, argues that these duties will boost US manufacturing and create jobs. However, von der Leyen pushed back, calling the tariffs bad for business and even worse for consumers. She warned, and I quote, these tariffs are disrupting supply chains, they bring uncertainty for the economy. End quote. This isn't the first time the US and EU have clashed over tariffs. During Trump's first term, similar duties were imposed on European steel and aluminium, triggering EU retaliation on US made motorcycles, bourbon, peanut butter, and jeans. Trade between the two economic giants remain massive. The EU estimates that annual trade volume between both sides stands at about $1.5 trillion, dollars, making up 30% of global trade. While the EU enjoys a 156 billion euro surplus in goods trade, it runs a 104 billion euro deficit in services trade with the US. With the EU's latest countermeasures set to go into effect soon, businesses and consumers on both sides of the Atlantic could feel the impact. The question now is, will Washington and Brussels find a diplomatic resolution, or is this just the beginning of another trade war? Stay tuned for more updates.